morning, humanity. It's Mondays with Bev and Paul, the favorite time of our week, and it's November 28th. And hi, everybody, my name's Paul.
Good morning. This is Bev.
And we have a most special guest from the other end of the planet here from Tucson in Ireland. And we want to say hi to Marianne McGuire. Hi, Marianne.
Good morning,
Hi,
Marianne. Or good
it's
morning in our
lovely.
time,
Right,
afternoon
good
for
evening
you,
there,
early
right?
evening.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
lovely to be with you. Thank you so much.
Oh, we're
Uh,
excited. We're excited. We had a little technical difficulty, but I think we're on Facebook now. If you're watching us on Facebook, give us a little comment. If you're going to have any questions for Marianne through the little dialogue, just put them in the comment section and we'll pass them on to her. So let's just begin. Okay, we've called the day allowing expansion. So let's start with your story about who you are, where you came from. Well, we know where you came
Okay,
from.
yes. Where did I come from? Well, it's interesting you should say that because I never actually forgot where I came from before I came into the physical. So it's interesting you should say that. And when I was a small child of about 6 years of age, I had a profound spiritual experience. And certain fundamental universal truths were revealed to me. And I knew that there existed something so far beyond this physical reality, so ineffably beautiful, even beyond our idea of heaven, and that this is all around us and within us. And that's why I know that it's so important where to place your attention if you want to lead a happy life. And now, in contrast to this gorgeous, expansive, beautiful experience that I had, and I had more than one when I was a small child, I also went through my childhood feeling squashed. And it was quite fearful, if I'm honest. I had a very dominant father, and there was a lot of fear around. So there was that duality going on. So when I was 18, I missed this. I realized that I really missed this. I had this longing to find my purpose and to reconnect with what I knew was true because problems didn't exist there. And so I spent the following 20 years searching and studying and, reading and all of this for how to be happy. And one day, I felt the energy build within me. And I stopped and I asked my guide, what is the most important thing we can do to find what we're looking for to be happy? And out of the sea of awareness came the reply, let go of struggle and know who you really are. And in that moment and the following few weeks, I received a spiritual download, and the way that I was to use the spiritual experience I had as a child was revealed to me. So I completely cherish the fact that I never forgot where I came from, and I embodied this. I embodied it before I could share it. I didn't know I was supposed to share it, and I reclaimed my power and expression. I stepped out of the box I was put in and into my true power. And this, of course, is my desire for you.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, that just sort of reminded me the story I tell people about how I got involved with BioTouch. At 6 years old, I was wishing that everybody could.
Oh,
At 6 years old, my wish was that everybody could be happy and healthy, and then I felt guilty that I wasn't wishing for a bicycle. So,
Right.
oh,
Strange child, you.
oh my goodness.
so great
That's so
story.
beautiful.
Great story.
Oh,
So, it's
yeah.
interesting you talk about happiness because we always say, in what we're sharing with BioTouch, it's our birthright to be
Right.
happy, healthy, and loved. You know,
Yes,
so
absolutely.
how do you help people come to that awareness?
Well, I agree with that statement entirely. And I would even take it a step further and say that's what we are. So, because very often we search outside of ourselves for love, when indeed the fact is that we are love itself.
Right.
We are this love. We are that which we are seeking. We are the person we long to become. So, the main thing I do, I have a program called the 3 Stages of Awareness. And the main thing I do I suppose the heart of it is in my book, the From Longing to Belonging. And what that's about is I explain how important it is to go within and to release what energy is arising for you and not resist it, because God knows I've done it. When you resist something, the resistance of what you're resisting, that resistance is worse than the pain itself. So when you allow it to come up and out, it wants to leave. It's going to leave of its own accord freely. And then, now I know it's like layers of an onion, you're going to be doing this again and again, but that specific energy will leave forever. And the glory of what happens then is that space is created so that you can feel your creative flow and hear the guidance of your intuition. And the way I see intuition is it's more than information, but guidance that comes from source through your authentic self. And it's always from unconditional love, usually very quiet, gentle voice. You'll feel a knowing in your heart. And just to be very practical, what you can say to yourself is, if you're anything from, is this my soulmate, to choosing, is this food good for me? Should I be eating gluten? Anything in your life. And you just kind of hold the energy, and you can feel it in your body, in usually your chest or your solar plexus. And if it's good for you, because fundamentally you'll resonate with something that's good for you because that's what you are, it'll feel light and expansive. And you'll kind of get this feeling of, woo, yeah, it feels fantastic. And if it's not so good for you, it's going to kind of feel contracted and kind of heavy, which is wonderful feedback. I mean, that's amazing. That's not like a negative thing. It's fantastic, because then you can maybe reconsider the path you're going to take. So I'm in love with intuition, and I'm in love with creativity. And so really the heart of my work is about a divine surrender, but also the practical every day. If you're looking after children, you're getting frustrated, or something's coming up for you from your own childhood, for example, fundamentally, I really would say to your listeners and viewers, please, please, please allow, when it's safe to do so, and you're, in a private place, allow this energy up and out. Maybe you need to have a good cry, whatever it is. Don't push it down. Don't resist it, because it wants to come out. And then, as I say, space is created for you to hear the glorious guidance of your intuition. Yay. So exciting.
So that's interesting too, because as we teach BioTouch, there's these basic sets that we have. And yet at a certain point we say to people, just let your intuition go. BioTouch can be an art form. And you're an artist too, not just a writer, yeah?
Yeah. Yes, I'm a writer and an artist, and this is all part of what I do. Like, my work is helping people to get out of the box they were put in, because when I was a child, I was literally told over and over, get back into your little box, get back into your little box. And so I thought, oh God, I was actually told by a gallery, age 18, the exact same age I started to open up to my really going on the spiritual path. I also became an artist. I studied history of art. I managed a fine art gallery, and I worked in fine art auctioneering. So my background is kind of all art, but I mean, to be perfectly honest, I did not, that sounds all very organized. I did not organize it that way. Don't ask me how it happened. I felt lost. If I'm honest, I felt so lost. Like I was not, what's my path? I was obsessed. The amount of pressure I put on myself in my 20s. Please don't do that if you're on that. It's not good. Learn from me. But yeah, I absolutely adore. So my medium is oil on canvas, and I've been doing that since I was 18, on and off. I took a break when I had children, and I love abstract. It's called lyrical expressionism. I love beautiful abstract. It's just a personal thing. I do not like what I would call, and I know it sounds like a judgment, but unattractive, because that's actually part of what I'm saying. Some people just go on the canvas, and then you're like, I'm not putting that on my bedroom wall. Like, some things should be just, I like beauty. I like something to resonate with beauty, but that's not to push that away. It's maybe get it down on paper and burn it, or do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's all part of expression and creativity. And I remember doing a meditation once, and I got an insight that, which I found fascinating. It's kind of obvious, but it's fascinating, that intuition and creativity come from the same space. And I just thought, oh my God, yes, that's so fascinating and so true. It totally rang true for me. Because creativity isn't just about, oh, I'm going to paint a picture now. It's about being in that delicious flow of receiving who you really are from your authentic self. And it takes all the guesswork out, and you're going to be guided through every step of your life. I mean, it's utterly delicious. So, yes, I'm an artist, and everybody has the capacity to be creative, if I can just say that. And I think I'm kind of qualified to say that.
Right.
You are, even if you're on drawing stick figures, I don't care. You are magnificent, and you're amazing, and you're eternal, and you're infinite. And I don't care if you don't know how to draw. It doesn't matter. You just allow it to flow through you. And it could be cooking, it could be gardening, it could be art, it could be sculpture, but don't restrict yourself. Allow that creativity to flow through you, because it's an alive intelligence. It's a living light, and it's what you're made of. It's what you're made of. So allow it and allow yourself to expand.
So, folks out there, you see, Bev and I weren't just talking through the top of our head here.
Right.
We got somebody else to say the same thing we've been saying. That's why we're bringing guests on the show.
Exactly. I'm excited because everything that you're saying, Marianne, I always equate it on, especially on this show, to BioTouch, and what we know is that everything, what you went through, what we all go through, all those different parts of ourselves that are locked in this body, it's the box. The body is the box. So when we say that when BioTouch, you give that greeting, that's the key that begins to open the door to the box. And what happens is, in all that journey of self-awareness and all that love and all that intuition and all that stuff that starts to happen, it's not just about the body getting better. It's all the stuff that you're talking about that is possible to start happening with BioTouch, because it is love, and it unlocks the essence of who we truly are, locked in that box called the body. So I love that you brought that in, because we just keep reiterating, and having you on today is awesome, because it's like, yeah, people, we're not crazy. We talk about this stuff all the time. So that's.
So let me ask you this, Marianne. So do you work with people individually, or do they read your book and get it?
They can. My book. Will I show you my book?
Yeah.
Please.
Woohoo! From longing to belonging.
Yes. Thank you. Again, I did my own graphics, because I adore graphics as well. How you can finally unlock your own peace, happiness, and fulfillment. What did you ask me about the book? Oh yeah, one-to-one. I love one-to-one. I love working one-to-one with people. I think I'm starting a group in the new year as well, which is kind of exciting. But one-to-one, because it's so personal, and because they kind of come into my frequency. And a lot of the time there is lots of releases and everything, and some people just prefer one-to-one, so maybe for 3 months or something like that. And I have a program. It's like the kind of masculine and feminine. I have the masculine structure to hold them of my program, which is the 3 stages of awareness. But then when they're with me as well, we go through what's happening in their life now, and then the intuition comes through and the guidance comes through. So it's a beautiful, it is actually that energy, of masculine and feminine, and then beyond that duality into who we really are, and I just love it. And it's so that they can step into their creativity and live that fulfilled life and let go of the baggage, because this energy that happened maybe through childhood trauma or whatever, it just kind of sticks in our energy field, and it's like magnets, and we want to release that so that we can make space and expand. And I'm aware that sounds abstract, but this is so practical. Like I do in this book, the practice, I would do it, I'd say every week. Sometimes I would do it more. Now, sometimes a couple of weeks I wouldn't have to. And in the beginning, it might have taken a couple of minutes. Now, literally, it could be 10 seconds where my eyes will well up or something, or I'll see something, or something will make me sad. It's not like, oh my God, like I am very happy, but I'm also the full spectrum of my emotions. You know,
Yeah.
I don't judge sadness.
Right.
You know, sadness isn't
Right.
to be judged.
It's terrible.
So it's just
yeah.
no, you just allow it, and that's what I encourage people to do, because there's a juicy life waiting for them. Why wait? Why
Yeah,
wait any
you know, that's
longer?
funny too, because this is one of the only healing techniques that we know out there that actually says go into healing work because you truly want to help someone and yourself with all your stuff. So you're a kind, compassionate, loving angel, but you're also a jerk, greedy, lustful, angry, because we're the whole package. And it's wonderful to hear you say that, of how to accept the whole package. You know, it's
It's like spiritual people aren't angry or shouldn't be angry.
right.
Oh, well,
Anger
right.
can be a real catalyst, you know? I agree.
Yeah, Bev and I never get angry, so.
Yeah,
Wow.
Ongoing process.
Yeah, so people can contact you just through your website here, letgoandknow.com. Is that the best way
Correct.
to? Okay.
Oh, and I have a free gift for them. I have a complimentary gift there absolutely. They can grab a gift, sign up, and
Nice.
any questions or anything, connect with me. I'd absolutely love to connect.
Wow.
That'd be great.
You are inspiring. It's just your energy. Well, like you said, your energy. You obviously are doing some good work with yourself and your family.
Right.
You know, you're a householder. You know, you're not somebody sitting up in some tree. You know,
Right.
you're down here in the dregs with us all. We're working it. So while you're still on, we just want to share with people a couple of things. We have our workshop coming up this Thursday. So we want to remind people, working with menstrual cramps. And Paula Taylor's going to be with us. That'll be 6 p.m. Arizona time on Facebook. And then our next training, our one-day training, is December 10th. And then we'll quit till the first of the year. So that's what's happening there. Marianne, my body's like tingling. It's
What a pleasure.
You did your work. You did a good job. I hope everybody who's listening, body is tingling too. So.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So we want to thank you, Marianne, for joining us. And,
So
Thank
honored
you.
to have
Yes.
you with
My-
us today.
and we,
Thank you. It was my pleasure. Thank
Yes.
you so much. I loved being with you. Thank you.
We look forward to staying in touch with you. And we want to thank all of you for showing up, listening to Marianne, sharing your ideas. If you have any questions for Marianne, remember letgoandknow.com. If you have questions about BioTouch, justtouch.com. And until next week, thank you, Bev. Thank you, Marianne.
Paul. Thank you, Marianne.
Bye.
Bye.
If pain has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand. A healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action.